Vegas, Earth. Date, year 32 to 2020 AD. Neo Vegas at night was like a pinball machine designed by a caffeinated AI. Neon waterfalls poured down gravity-defying skyscrapers, hover bikes zipped through magnetic lanes, and billboards as tall as moons advertised everything from robo-pets to black hole vacation packages. But the true heart of the party scene was the Groove Sphere, the hippiest nightclub in the entire Milky Way Galaxy. Once upon a more primitive time, the Groove Sphere had been called Sphere at the Venetian resort. Back in 2039, it was landmarked after someone, probably drunk, proposed turning it into a heritage site. Since then, it had been upgraded, expanded, and retrofitted so many times, it barely resembled the original. The only thing left was its iconic round shape, now coated in shimmering nano lights that pulse to the rhythm of the universe's most fashionable beats. DJ Samuel Mills, 28 years old, human, and so hipster, he insisted on wearing vintage 2010s glasses, non-prescription, and a faux leather jacket made from ethically sourced space mushrooms, had just landed the gig of his dreams. "I can't believe we made it, man," Samuel grinned, adjusting his man bun as he stared at the colossal entrance of the Groove Sphere. Beside him floated Olgluups, or Ollie to his friends, an octopus-like being from Omplipon Prime. Ollie's translucent skin glowed faintly, like a jellyfish that had learned how to party. Several of his tentacles held energy drink cans, a data pad, and what appeared to be a miniature disco ball. "We've come a long way since that karaoke bar on Ganymede," Ollie bubbled, his voice translated through a small speaker strapped to one tentacle. The bouncer, a massive robot with a disco ball for a head and chrome-plated pecs, scanned them. A beam of blue light ran over Samuel's face, then Ollie's wiggling form. "Welcome, DJ Mills. Welcome, Olgluups of Omplipon Prime. The Groove Sphere awaits," the bot intoned with a smooth bass-heavy voice. Inside, the Groove Sphere was a wonderland of sound and light. The walls shimmered with holographic murals that shifted to the music. The dance floor floated, a platform of hard light suspended over a small artificial black hole. Purely decorative, of course, mostly. Dancers of every species in the galaxy twisted, floated, slithered, and hovered to the beat. In the corner, a group of sentient ferns sipped photosynthesis cocktails. At the bar, a cluster of Martian dust creatures debated the merits of 21st century Earth pop. And everywhere were the Groove Sphere's famed light drones, tiny orbs that zapped random partygoers with mood-enhancing sparkles. Samuel and Ollie made their way to the DJ booth, a massive levitating platform shaped like a vinyl record. The controller board was so complex it looked like a starship command deck. Samuel rubbed his hands together. "All right, Ollie, you ready to blow their minds?" Ollie's skin flushed pink with excitement. "I was hatched ready." As Samuel prepped his set, Ollie calibrated the lighting array. The crowd buzzed with anticipation. Word had spread across several star systems that the Groove Sphere had booked a new act described as neo-retro, ultra-analog, vegan-friendly quantum funk. Samuel's fingers danced across the controls. He dropped the first track, a remix of ancient Earth funk blended with Omplipon wave synth. The beat hit like a meteor shower and the crowd went wild. A Venusian dancer sprouted extra arms just to clap harder. The ferns waved their fronds in time with the bass. Even the black hole seemed to throb with approval. Ollie, not to be outdone, unleashed the light drones in complex patterns, spelling out phrases like "groove or die" and "free the Pluto 9, the latter being a reference to a long-forgotten legal battle about planetary status. But halfway through their set, disaster struck. The music glitched, the lights flickered, the black hole burped ominously. Samuel frowned, tapping at the controls. "What the?" A hologram of the Groove Sphere's manager appeared, a sassy AI named Rhonda 7.0, shaped like a floating glittery cat. "DJ Mills, slight issue," Rhonda meowed. "Seems we've got a code violation. Someone's tunes are too hip for our current system firmware. The rhythm algorithms can't handle it." "What does that mean?" Samuel asked, voice rising over the sound of increasingly chaotic beats clashing together like drunken asteroids. "It means if you don't tone down the funk, the club's core could implode into a real black hole. Fun, right?" Ollie waved his tentacles frantically. "We can't stop now. The crowd's vibing. Look, even the sentient ferns are moshing." Indeed, the ferns had uprooted themselves and were now headbanging dangerously close to the edge of the dance floor. Samuel took a breath. Okay, think, Sam. Think like an old school DJ. What would a 21st century DJ do in a blackout? He remembered those ancient vids he'd watched on his holodeck. The solution hit him like a bass drop. Analog, baby. He grabbed the emergency vinyl turntable. Every DJ booth had one, required by galactic law after the great digital meltdown of 3987, slapped on a record he'd been saving for a special occasion. Greatest Hits of 1970s Earth Funk, Volume 3. The warm, crackly sound of analog funk filled the sphere. Instantly, the chaos settled. The black hole purred like a kitten. The crowd grooved in perfect harmony. Rhonda 7.0 sighed in relief. Crisis averted. You're lucky, Mills. If this place had imploded, the paperwork would have been murder. Ollie grinned, his skin glowing lime green. Samuel Mills, savior of the groove sphere. Samuel gave a modest shrug, all in a night's work. The rest of their set went off without a hitch. As dawn approached and the party wound down, Samuel and Ollie floated outside, watching the neon sunrise over Neo Vegas. Same time next week? Ollie asked. You know it, Samuel replied, pulling on his vintage aviator shades. After all, in a galaxy full of wannabe DJs, only one duo had the groove to keep the universe spinning, analog style.